Hi, everybody. So I want to talk about Ascension today, and I want to kind of explain it in simple terms. So I'm going to put a picture up, and we're going to have the first density, second density, third density, and the fourth density. Now, in the fourth density, there's a negative and a positive. We've been experiencing the negative. The negative is basically the grays. It's selfishness. It's lack of creativity. So fourth density negative is what we're moving out of. We're moving into fourth density positive. So we're experiencing the chaos, and that's not quite done. But we can basically rise above it. And pretty soon, it's going to just be the fourth density positive. And I do get that will be at the, basically the spring equinox. I think it's spring, yeah. March of 2023. So I believe, and I've been given from my higher self, that that's when the real completion happens. That doesn't mean all the decisions are made about ascension, but that means your crystalline body is complete, and we're going to move forward in a much different way after that. So now that we know kind of when ascension is truly coming in, the decisions that are going to be made, basically, you've gotten a crystalline body, but you still don't want to be here, or you feel like you've completed your mission, those kind of things. I think that people will still be deciding and learning until 2027. 2029 is when we'll be complete. We'll kind of have figured it out by then. And 2030 is when the golden age comes in. And that's according to my higher self. But right now we're in this window of ascension, of acceleration. So everything is bigger, and everything that we don't need to go into ascension is coming to the surface right now. So if you're crying all day, or if your body aches, just those symptoms, this is the time that that's going to happen. So just let it release, let it wash over you, let it wash out of you. Release it, because we don't need that backpack of old emotions, past life emotions, and body aches that have been emotions that manifested into the body. And they could be like dizziness, like there's all kinds of symptoms, tons of symptoms. But basically, that's what we're all experiencing now. All that stuff is coming up to the surface. So I just want to let it go. So when we first came in, so we're going to start kind of at the beginning. When we first came in, we had a soul contract. And we knew what was going to happen in this lifetime. Now, even if you were stuck in the dome on the reincarnation wheel, you still knew when you first came in that that would be a possibility, and you agreed to come in anyway. And the people I'm referring to now are the Jesus group. So the Jesus group came in to help, just like the starseeds are doing now. And it wasn't quite time. It was a little bit too soon. And a lot of people got stuck. So they got stuck in here, and they've been experiencing some pretty rough lifetimes. But you knew that coming in. So if that's part of your experience, you did know that was a big possibility. So forgive yourself for that and let go of it, because now's the time where you're going to basically be free. So who's going to ascend? Ascension is a service to self versus service to others scenario. So if you're 51% service to self, you will not be ascending. If you're 51% service to others, you will be ascending. So what does that mean? What is service to self? Service to self is narcissism. Service to self is taking advantage of others to uplift yourself in some way. Service to self is acting one way and behaving another, or like putting on a show for people and then behaving in the background in a different way. So basically, you're thinking about yourself and how to get ahead all the time if you're service to self. And you want to take advantage of others in order to forward your own gain. And I do believe that the victimhood mentality has kind of been given out as a programming, and it increases service to self, because then you're not looking at yourself. Instead, you're blaming others. So think about that as well. If you're feeling like they did it to me, or this person did it to me, remember everybody around you is a reflection, and you did it to yourself. And that's kind of sounds harsh, but if you're on the bubble and it has to do with victimhood, that's what you want to let go of. Because no one is a victim here. We all chose to come in, even if we got stuck. So that's important to remember. And we have so much power. Don't give it away by saying they did it to me. You know, whoever it was, the dark ones, your boss, whoever. And then the 51% service to others, you are ascending. So what does that mean? That means you're taking care of yourself first, because you are an other. And as you do that, it's reflecting. It's showing up in the way people treat you. It's showing up in their smile. It's showing up in the inspiration that they've gained from you. It's showing up in the fact that you can love yourself and you can love others, even if they're doing something that you don't agree with. So you're letting others walk their own path. But the main thing is that you're not hurting anyone. So instead of hurting, you're helping. And that could mean that you're helping yourself, you're taking care of yourself. And when you see someone, like a little old lady that's trying to cross the street and she's having a hard time because, I don't know, her walker got stuck. Whatever it is, you're helping that human being that you're walking next to. And that is service to others. So basically it means that you know you're okay, you know you're powerful, and you're sharing. You're just sharing with other people. So one of the things we want to be aware of is, even if someone doesn't grasp their current situation in the world, like they don't understand what's been happening, And there are different levels of understanding of it. But as long as they are being kind to themselves, they're taking care of themselves, and they're helping others at the same time, then they're in service to others. So they will still be ascending. So just let them walk their own path. They don't have to know all of the stuff that's going on. They're still absolutely fine and will be ascending. So how is all of this stuff happening? Basically what we're doing is we're moving from the carbon-based body to the crystalline body. And the reason that that's able to happen is because we're basically in a pattern, or how do I say it? Like, it's called the Procession of the Equinoxes. So 75,000 years ago, the energy changed. And now we're at the 75,000 year mark. And I would maybe look that up. But basically it means we're shifting again. So we're moving into a new age. And our beautiful Earth is moving into fourth density positive. And we're moving with her. Which to my knowledge has never happened before. And I think that this is God Source's new experiment. Because it's happening across the endless universe, basically. And beyond. So there's many planets that are going through this process. But as far as I know, the only planet that has a dome on it that is basically a prison dome is this one. So this is an accelerated, intense experience. But it's also an opportunity for growth. Like, our souls are growing in an exponential way because of this situation. So, what's actually happening? The sun is activating our dormant DNA. And soon we will have all 12 strands activated and be in the fourth density positive. And we'll understand it and feel it. Our gifts will be activated. There's more that I don't know because I wouldn't necessarily understand them. So my higher self can't really communicate them to me, but these are the ones that I was given today. So telepathy, telekinesis, changing our health in an instant, healing in an instant, communicating with everything, animals, inanimate objects, everything, accelerated learning, superhuman strength, and learning to access all of our memories over the thousands of lifetimes that we've had. So those are some of the gifts. We have a lot of symptoms and discomforts from the shift to our crystalline body. So just be aware of that. If you're feeling really terrible and sleeping all the time, it's most likely the ascension process. Don't be afraid to go and get help if you feel like you're not getting better. But if you have a few days of unexplained symptoms, a lot can be contributed to the ascension process. Another thing that we need to do is learn to be okay with letting go of our small, safe lives. It's really important now. We have to learn to start to come out of our comfort zones. And we need to realize that our own growth is the key. If we really work on ourselves, everyone else will feel that energy and it will assist in their own growth. That's the best way to affect others in a positive way, is to work on yourself and take care of yourself. And just let them see that. You don't have to talk to them about it unless they ask. But basically, if you take care of you, that energy spreads, and then you're helping others. One of the things that we can do while we're taking care of ourselves is to realize how powerful we actually are. And this came up today. But whatever we do, whatever is in front of us that we're going to eat or we're going to move forward with, you want to give it the best energy possible. So send love to your food before you eat it. Intend that it's going to give good nourishment to your body. Even if it's a piece of, pizza or, something that you're assuming is junk food, which some pizza is amazing for your body and some pizza is not. So be aware of what's self-loving, but also don't be uptight if you're going to just go and have fun, be in joy, and eat something that may not be the best for you. Just give it love, and that will change the dynamic, and you'll be able to deal with it in your own body. And this goes with experiences as well. Don't do anything that you know in your gut is actually bad for you. Like, if you are going to go on a boat and you know it's going to sink, then don't go. But really step out of your comfort zone. Enjoy yourself. If you feel in your heart that it's a good idea, then do it, even if it feels like something you are like, you don't know how to do it. Like, just get started. So if that means going to a new place, meeting new people, going on camera, whatever it is, if it feels like it would be a good idea, but your ego is saying, oh, I can't do that, then do it anyway. Because that is stepping out of your comfort zone. And the ego strives to keep you small. So just remember that. We're not going to be small anymore. We're going to be our true being, the being we came here to be, your real self. Ascension is about our own growth. And some of the things that we can do to help that are journaling, spending time in nature. You could take the higher self class if you want, so you can communicate with your higher self. Being in gratitude. So be grateful for the good things in your life, and you'll have more of them. But the main thing is that you're always moving forward. You're in the moment, and in that moment, you're willing to move forward and step out of your comfort zone. And you're willing to let go of the past. So basically, we're moving from one density into another density. So this is basically like moving from one house to another house. You really want to filter through all your stuff and decide, is this going to benefit me in the future? In my new paradigm? My new home? Or is it going to hold me back? And a lot of that is the baggage that we've carried around from our past and our past lives and our family. All of those subconscious things. Just be willing to let them go. And that's basically what Ascension is. So if you have questions, please email me at honey@honeybeeme.com. If you we can maybe put them in the question video. If you have something to say about how you're ascending, I would love to hear that in the comments. I think that would be beautiful for people to share that with each other. So anyway, I hope this helps, and I hope you have a beautiful day. And I just wish you joy in this whole process.